I recently watched a video from a YouTube channel called Model Strangers, where this photo videographer goes around asking people their name, asking them to tell them a little bit about themselves, and then he takes their picture. It's a cool channel because it shows strangers on the street tell their story. People that you might pass by every day and then have no idea what they're going through. And that's exactly what happened in this episode that I watched, where a man by the name of James is interviewed and how he said that he lived in London and 9 million other people lived there too, and he didn't have a single friend. That he called himself the Shoulda Been Man, that he should have had a wife and kids, that he should have had a career, and that he should have had more money, and that he thought that maybe there were a few things that he was really good at and then he just never pursued. He said that he wrote 2 plays and they've been sitting in his desk for 20 years. He then went on to say that he felt emotionally alone since he was the age of 4 and that his mother was as cold as ice. And as he's dropping all this, you can tell the cameraman is just moved by his story and wants to hug him and show compassion. And how couldn't you? And after James spilled his heart out and his picture was taken, he walks back into the crowd, into the blend of the sea of people getting to where they need to go. And if you want to see that video for yourself, the link is in the description. But I felt compelled to make my own video about this because I think a lot of people can relate to James, feeling alone, living with regret, and feeling like they don't have a lot of friends, that they don't feel valued, and they don't feel valuable. So that's what this video will attempt to do, is shed light on these things. Now, we could go into what James should do, as in like taking small baby steps to become more social or gain confidence, or how that maybe it was his upbringing that led him to be a little bit more socially isolated. But instead of solutions and analyzing, I just want to focus and empathize with James and for people like this, because we live in a time where the population is at an all-time high. I just looked it up. It's 8 billion people. And also, the world is smaller than ever before, with cars, planes, and trains getting you to anywhere you need to go in the world if you have the money. And you couldn't just do that even 100 years ago. But hell, you don't even have to go anywhere anymore because you have a device in your pocket, or more than likely in your hand right now, and you can call someone and see their face in real time on the other side of the world. And still, more people feel lonelier than ever. Why is that? I had no idea. I don't know. So I had to do some research, and this is what I found, is that people are genuinely, most people are spending much less time with friends and family than in previous generations. You know, because in years past, there wasn't phones and videos, or even the telephone. If you want to go 130 years ago, you had to be right there to see someone. And this ability to digitally communicate is unfortunately replacing in-person, face-to-face human connections, which of course undoubtedly are more fulfilling for a human being. It's just the natural way to speak and interact and to even touch or hug or handshake someone. And not only that, people are more mobile than ever. You no longer have to live near your family because of this technology. And most people will move away to go where they can get paid the most. And that was the next thing I found in the research, is that modern culture prioritizes work and achievement over relationships. Many people won't even take time off because they feel guilty prioritizing things outside of their work and their responsibilities. So it's really not just one thing. It's kind of just how society has evolved as a whole. This replacement of real connections with these superficial digital ones, the ones that we mistakenly believe to be enough, while we are chasing paychecks to buy things we don't really need from ads we've seen on social media and media in general, which of course in another own right increase feelings of isolation. And all of these different things take a toll on people's ability to feel connected or to feel isolated on the other side. And when I watched this video, I was looking at the comments, and I just want to share a couple of them that people said. So one of the comments was, "When I watched this and listened to James tell his story, I remembered a phrase that was popular at the onset of the pandemic, COVID. All alone together. James will never see this, but he perfectly represents it. 9 million people, and you can be alone in a crowded room. Tragic, isn't it? Everyone's so deeply suspicious of each other, skeptical of each other, contemptuous of each other almost automatically because you can't know which smiling face wants to hug you and which wants to put a knife in your back. You can't know. Not quickly anyway, which people offer you a hand up and which just want to reach out to shove you further down. Wow. He goes on to say, he's not a globe hopper, and I don't see myself crossing an ocean, but should it happen, fate permits me to stumble onto this guy, I'm going to say hello. I'm going to shake his hand and let him know that there are millions of people who understand what it's like to have nobody. I'm not there anymore, but I was, and it hurt every single day. God bless you, James. I thought that was a powerful quote, and at the time of making this video, that quote or that comment had 3,000 likes. And you can tell by the people that like that comment and everyone of all the comments that they feel bad for James, and the commenters feel for each other. There's a shared humanity in that. And so while this may not help much, just know that when you feel alone, if you were able to share your story just like James did, people would want to reach out and offer compassion and help you too. Of course, use your best judgment but when you see people out and about, give them a smile. Maybe hold the door open for them. Strike up a conversation with the stranger, because we all could use a little bit more genuine compassion, heartfelt connection in this modern digital age. And hey, who knows? It may mean more to them than you know. Another comment said he's unknowingly part of a big tribe, and he just spoke for all of us. Hats off to this precious man. At the time of making this video, that comment had 5,000 likes. And you know what else? If you were to have a conversation, strike it up with a stranger, try to make a intention to have personal, in-person connections, you may feel a little bit less alone yourself. Because in this modern digital age, if we don't intentionally put ourselves out there, it's possible we could always be alone. So while this channel right here is currently not that big and a lot of people may not see it, I still want to hear your story. If you watch this and you're this far into the video, if you feel comfortable sharing your story, please leave so in the comments. I'm genuinely interested and would love to grow another kind of tribe. So thank you. Thank you all for watching.